In this video, I'm going to be using my Stepcraft CNC machine to cut out two different types of push sticks. So getting started, I have two pieces of 1/2-inch plywood as scrap that I'm going to be using, and first I just set up in the program the same dimensions as the plywood. I import one of the photos of the push sticks that I like. I found this image online, and it's just an outline, so I am going to be tracing the bitmap to get an outline vector around this image. Once I have the vector lines traced around the entire image, I could delete the image, leaving just the vector lines, and then I could delete the unwanted vector lines, leaving just the outline of the push stick itself. Once I had that, I just scaled it to the right size and then centered it within the workpiece, and then I could work on the toolpath. And I chose a 2D profile toolpath, meaning that the cutting bit is going to be cutting on the outside of that vector line. So the piece inside the cut is going to be the exact size of the push stick that I want. Next, I set up the tool bit. I'm using a 1/4-inch spiral end mill, and then I just added a few tabs. Since I made the final cut depth deeper than the thickness of the material, which is a 1/2 inch, I made the final cut depth 0.51. The program's going to warn you that you're going to cut into your backer board, but since I just have MDF, that's not a problem. Finally, I just previewed the toolpath. Everything looked good to go, so I saved it and worked on the next one. This process is exactly the same as the first one, it's just a different style of push stick. Like I said in the beginning, I was just using some scrap plywood, and I didn't have a big enough piece to cut both styles in one file, so I had to break it up into two. Same as before, I'm just messing with the settings to get the cleanest lines around the image as possible, and then I just delete what I don't want the machine to cut out, which is some of the text and some of the lines and the little hole at the bottom. For this style of push stick, you really need two of them working together as a pair. So I just scaled it to the dimensions of my workpiece, and then I just copied and dragged a second one so I could cut out two of them. Once I had both of the push sticks organized in the workpiece, I worked on the toolpath, and again it's exactly the same as the first one. It's a 2D profiling toolpath to cut on the outside of the vector line. I added tabs, and I'm using the same 1/4-inch spiral end mill bit. Once the machine was done running, I hit all the sharp edges with some sandpaper, and then I tried them out, and they worked pretty good. These two together would probably be sufficient for most cuts. The other one, on the other hand, is pretty good at keeping long pieces flat against the table. That's it for this one, guys. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.